I believe that I could be Mr. Olympia.
Gonna be Mr. Olympia.
So I feel like being Mr. Olympia.
All those coming together, I will be the champion.
Samson, Derek, Nick, everybody. But I think we're going to see a different Hadi in 2025.
Come in, be 100% spot on, and you are fighting for the Olympia title. I don't care what no one says.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're now just 13 weeks away from the Mr. Olympia 2025. In this video, I want to share my top 5 predictions for this year's Olympia in the men's open bodybuilding division. These picks are based on everything we've seen so far. We'll go through each bodybuilder one by one and I'll explain exactly why I've placed them where I did. It's not just about hype. It's about what they're showing right now and what we can expect from them on the Olympia stage this October. So make sure to watch the full video and let me know your predictions in the comments below. Let's start the video.
I believe that I could be Mr. Olympia.
I can be Mr. Olympia. I will be Mr. Olympia.
Martin Fitzwater.
At number 5, I would like to put Martin Fitzwater from USA, and for good reason. He's one of the most consistent and focused bodybuilders heading into the 2025 Mr. Olympia. He placed in the top 5 last year and then followed it up with a big win at the EVLS Prague Pro, officially securing his Olympia qualification. Earlier this year, he also competed at the Pittsburgh Pro, where he placed right behind Nick Walker and Derek Lunsford, showing he's still right there with the top guys. Martin recently did guest posing at the Olympia amateur event, and he looked even more massive than before. His muscle density has clearly improved, his leg size is bigger, and overall, he looked impressive in structure. He's currently in his off-season, and once he transitions back into prep, he's expected to come in even more shredded and peak. What makes Martin especially dangerous is his ability to bring better conditioning and muscle maturity than guys like Andrew Jacked, which is why I'm placing him ahead of Andrew in this list. If he keeps pushing like this, Martin Fitzwater could be one of the biggest surprises at the 2025 Mr. Olympia.
I'm more dangerous now than I've ever been. Gonna be Mr. Olympia 2025.
At number 4, I would like to put Derek Lunsford from USA. If we look at the Mr. Olympia stage, I personally don't believe Derek Lunsford can beat Samson Dauda this year. Yes, Derek did defeat Samson at the 2025 Arnold Classic, but that was mainly due to Samson not being at his best condition. We can't judge the Olympia based on the Arnold. Samson has a more dominant and complete physique than Derek, with better structure, fullness, and overall impact. And at the Olympia, where everything has to be perfect, I believe Samson will bring a better version and stay ahead of Derek. That's why I'm putting Derek at number 4 on my list. Even though he's the 2023 Mr. Olympia and the recent Arnold Classic and Pittsburgh Pro winner, Derek still has some weak points. His back is very strong and thick, but his hamstrings lack depth and separation. In the most muscular pose, Derek doesn't bring the same impact as some of the top guys. The density and pop just aren't there. These small details might hurt him in such a stacked Olympia lineup. So based on pure physique and current updates, I see him outside the top 3 this year.
So I feel like being Mr. Olympia and my physique more than anybody else on this planet.
I would like to put Samson Dauda at 3rd place. Samson is the current Mr. Olympia champion, but I personally don't think he will win his 2nd title this year. One of the biggest reasons is that the judging criteria at Olympia seems to change every year. Last year, Samson peaked perfectly. His size, fullness, and balance were unmatched, and that earned him the win. But bringing that same level of conditioning again is going to be extremely difficult, and I don't believe Samson will show up this year in that same perfect shape. The chances of him coming in 100% again are rare, and with other top contenders improving, it won't be easy to defend the title. We also have to remember Hadi Choopan has placed runner-up for 2 years straight and is now expected to bring his all-time best physique to this year's Olympia. The judges have already rotated the title over the past few years. Big Ramy, Hadi, Derek, then Samson. So now, the big question is, what will the judges prefer this year? Derek brings symmetry and flow. Samson brings size and shape. Hadi brings shredded, peeled conditioning and muscle maturity. And Nick Walker brings both size and next-level conditioning. In a lineup this competitive, Samson might not stand out enough to win again. That's why I'm placing him at number 3 for the 2025 Mr. Olympia.
Samson, Derek, Nick, everybody, but I think we're going to see a different Hadi in 2025.
I'm putting Hadi Choopan at second place. Hadi Choopan has been one of the most consistent athletes at the Olympia, placing runner-up for the past 2 years, and that says a lot. If he's been second 2 years in a row, there's clearly something missing from his package. That missing piece is likely his back poses, which still remain one of his weaker areas. Compared to guys like Nick Walker, Hadi's back lacks depth, detail, and separation, especially in the hamstrings and glutes. His rear shots don't hit as hard as they should at this elite level. Now, that doesn't mean Hadi isn't dangerous. He's still one of the most conditioned and grainy bodybuilders in the world. His upper body looks insane, and his muscle maturity and stage presence are world-class. But in a lineup where every tiny detail matters, those weaknesses in the back and lower body could hold him back again. Nick Walker, for example, has stronger and more complete back poses than Hadi, and if both of them come in at their best, Nick might get the edge this time. Still, I'm placing Hadi at number 2 again for this year's Olympia because he always brings an incredible package and you can never count him out. That said, anything can happen on show day. If someone else doesn't peak perfectly and Hadi nails it 100%, he could take the title. But if he comes in even slightly off or others are just better, he might drop down the rankings.
If you see this, don't change anything. Keep doing what you're doing, exactly what you're doing this last 6 months. Keep writing the same thing. Just perfect your craft. Come in, be 100% spot on, and you are fighting for the Olympia title. I don't care what no one says.
I think Nick is right in there.
Yeah.
Nick can actually win.
I believe all those coming together, I will be the champion.
And finally, at number 1, I'm placing Nick Walker from the USA. After missing the last 2 Olympias, Nick is finally back, and in my opinion, he's coming for the title. The version of Nick Walker we've seen at the Pittsburgh Pro and New York Pro this year is absolutely next level. His conditioning, muscle density, and freak factor are on full display. And even Derek Lunsford knows now that Nick is a real threat. Recently, bodybuilding legend Dennis James gave Nick a powerful message. He said, "If you see this, don't change anything. Keep doing what you're doing, exactly what you're doing this last 6 months. Keep writing the same thing just perfect. Your craft come in be 100% spot on, and you are fighting for the Olympia title. I don't care what no one says." And honestly, I agree 100%. Nick has all the tools to win Mr. Olympia. Insane density, sharp condition, full muscle bellies, and now better symmetry and midsection control. His back poses are better than Hadi Choopan's. His front double biceps is one of the most iconic, and if he can peak perfectly with that same dry, grainy conditioning, he can absolutely take the title. This is not just hype, this is real. Nick Walker has something to prove. He's been overlooked, criticized for his waist, doubted by judges, and even told by some that he'd never win the Olympia. But despite all that, he kept grinding, improving, and showing up stronger than ever. This year, if he nails everything from midsection to posing to conditioning, Nick Walker could become the 2025 Mr. Olympia. That's why, based on physique, momentum, and pure hunger, I'm placing Nick Walker at number 1 in my predictions for Mr. Olympia 2025. So that wraps up my top 5 predictions for the 2025 Mr. Olympia. We still have 13 weeks to go, and a lot can change from now until show day. Let me know your predictions in the comments. Who do you think will win? Who's your dark horse? I'll be reading every comment and replying to as many as I can. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because this is just the beginning. We've got more videos coming your way, full breakdowns, physique updates, and predictions for every division in the lead up to Olympia 2025. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of the Road to Olympia series. Stay tuned.